I was honored to be elected your Howard County executive in 2018. And since then, I've made it part of my mission to combat addiction and substance use disorders, including opioid misuse, locally by establishing residential treatment here in Howard County. This sentiment has also been expressed for years by our community providers, such as Grassroots and Howard County General Hospital, as well as our community groups such as the Opioid Crisis Community Council, who are here today. I'd like to acknowledge them for their partnership and commitment to this issue. Howard County has worked diligently since I was elected to build out our treatment continuum for our neighbors with substance use disorders. To date, we've made progress in expanding our continuum of care by adding access to crisis services, outpatient treatments, and halfway houses. In 2019, Grassroots opened the Crisis Stabilization Center for individuals in need of immediate care 24/7, often used as an alternative to the emergency room. We renovated one of our county properties to open Howard House, a halfway house for men, and our halfway house for women, Hilda's Place, officially opened. And we also funded our behavioral health navigators and launched a mobile unit for community-based opioid initiatives. Finally, thanks in large part to our health department's work, we managed to grow our number of outpatient providers in Howard County from approximately 5 in 2016 to now over 20. This critical progress our community has made regarding our continuum of care can be seen on our poster boards. But another critical piece of our continuum of care, which I'm here to talk with you today about, is residential treatment. Residential treatment options for people with substance use disorders, including opioid addiction, have been and continue to be extremely limited in Howard County, and yet we have hundreds of people struggling with addiction. Today, I'm pleased to share that we're taking an important giant leap to ensure safe, accessible, and successful residential treatment right here in Howard County by allocating $1.5 million in grant funding to our partners who provide residential treatment for here in Howard County. These grants will create a coordinated and collaborative system of care among 3 residential treatment facilities in Howard County: Howard House, Hilda's Place, and Shepherd Pratt. Earlier this year, the county's 2 halfway houses, Hilda's Place, a 16-bed women's home, and Turk or Howard House, a 16-bed men's home, received licensure for all levels of clinically managed care. In addition, Shepherd Pratt's new campus right here in Elkridge, which opened this year, will include approximately 17 newly licensed beds for people in need of medically managed detox and withdrawal management. Given that the services will be provided across 3 separate organizations, it was critical that the county put safeguards in place to prevent the discontinuation of care and ensure a collaborative and interconnected system of care through these 3 providers. These grants will help address the reasons patients discontinue care, including a lack of care coordination among residential and outpatient treatment providers, a lack of access to reliable transportation, and a lack of access to other needed community supports. I will let the grantees speak about their awards in more detail, but overall this grant will fund for 3 years a dedicated transportation service for Howard County clients who need rides from residential, outpatient, and other medical appointments across our county. Case managers and peer support specialists for each provider who will personally guide individuals through the different phases of treatment and help navigate clients to available needed community services. Regular trainings for all peers, case managers, and behavioral health staff to learn best practices and keep their skills up in this ever-evolving world. I'd like to especially acknowledge our peers today, some of whom are in the audience today. Thank you. Your courageous work that you do each and every day, utilizing your lived experience and helping others on the road to recovery, is making such a big difference in lives and families and in communities. These $1.5 million in grants will ensure safe, accessible, and successful residential treatment right here in Howard County. To safeguard a coordinated and collaborative system of care among these 3 residential treatment facilities in Howard County, we will also be collecting data and tracking performance measurements for these investments so that we can remain data informed and people driven. I'm confident that these efforts will help patients navigate different levels of care at and between providers. And as we embark on this one-of-a-kind partnership, thank you again to our providers for expanding your services and working collaboratively to prioritize positive patient outcomes. Only in Howard County can we take such a diverse stakeholder group and create something so unique and special. This partnership makes clear when we work together, when we address issues strategically and thoughtfully, and take a truly holistic approach, we will accomplish great things. I'd also like to acknowledge one of my friends and such a strong partner at the state level, Senator Guy Gazzoni. Senator Gazzoni has been such a strong voice and advocate for people with disabilities, people who have mental health challenges, substance use disorder, and every member of our community. And Senator Gazzoni continues to be a shining light of leadership and care.
We appreciate the amazing support and collaboration that we've had with Howard County for many years now. And we're so glad that you've made substance use as well as mental health needs of our community one of your top priorities. We're thrilled everyone could join us here at our Baltimore, Washington campus. I'm pleased to accept this grant on behalf of Sheppard Pratt. By making this funding available, you recognize the behavioral health needs of our community and how collaboration and partnership is the path forward. We are all jointly united in wanting accessible care and services that are there for every resident in the county. Addiction services are one of the major needs that we have. Maryland overall experienced a 15% increase in drug and alcohol-related deaths just last year. Howard County is no exception. Residents are struggling, and we all need to step up to do more. Howard County's tragic 53% surge in opioid-related fatalities just last year marks the largest percentage increase in Central Maryland. We need to ensure that services are immediately available when someone's ready to take that first step. We need care that's as close to home as possible, and we need to remove all the barriers that prevent people from remaining in treatment. For people that have substance use issues, we know that up to 8 out of 10 of them will also have underlying mental health needs. And this is where Sheppard Pratt can come in and be a valuable help. If we don't address both, people are much more likely to relapse. This is fundamental for the help that people need. We also know that as good as any treatment is, What really helps mark success is whether you can take care of those social determinants. If you don't have food security, if people aren't able to get a job, have safe and reliable housing, and reliable transportation, those are all things that can be barriers for accessing great care. Because of the size and variety of programs that we have to offer, we do feel uniquely positioned to address both the substance use and mental health disorders simultaneously, and more importantly, understanding through our community services and our continuum that we will be here not just today, not just tomorrow, but even 10 years from now. We'll be by your side as you take this journey to end substance misuse. It's a chronic disorder. We know that people may have multiple, quote, relapses before they get firmly into abstinence. And we're there by your side every step of the way, as I know our partners are as well as the county in helping you get what you need. It's critical that we link patients to the care and services that they need and helping patients get comprehensive, quality care. We are all connected. In order to do things well, it requires everyone. It's not just the partners that you see up here. It's people being supported by their family members, their loved ones, their place of employment, their community, and people getting what they need when they need it closest to home. We look forward to continuing our work, obviously, with the county and with partners like Howard House and Hilda's Place to create greater efficiencies and enhance the quality of care to make sure people have what they need. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this wonderful project. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for choosing Hilda's Place as part of this project. I am so excited. This actually confirms the good work that we're doing, that we will continue to do. We are looking forward to expanding through this grant, and we are so thankful. Thank you very much for having us.
We didn't prepare a speech to give, but essentially just want to thank Dr. County Executive Ball, Dr. Rossman, Dr. Rose, somewhere here. For the past, I believe, 10 or so years, we've been working with the county, essentially to open access and create an opportunity for barriers to be removed as far as treatment is concerned. And so I think the county is really putting their money where their mouth is to be able to really essentially treat our patients. And I think over the last year or so, we lost about 93,000 people to overdose-related deaths in the nation. And I think Maryland wasn't spared either. And so I think this only goes to show that the county is prepared to embark on this journey with the partners who are gathered here. And so we really want to thank the county for the continued support for what we do. And in the years to come, we hope that we'll continue this journey because, of course, access to treatment only means removal of barriers to our patients. And so once again, thank you to Howard County, thank you to the Health Department, and we hope to continue this journey. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to our grant recipients. This is a significant accomplishment for Howard County, one that has been years in the making. Thank you to the county executive, to the health department staff and partners who have crafted this creative solution. A major barrier to residents connecting to substance use disorder residential treatment in a timely manner has been removed with the expansion of the levels of care in these centers. There has been a significant gap in access to substance use disorder residential care in Howard County. We have long recognized the need for broader services. This expansion allows for a wider range to be offered by multiple providers in the county. These grants will allow individuals receiving care to be guided through treatment with a warm handoff at each point in the process. I am particularly pleased, as pointed out by the county executive, about the investment in peer support services. The ability to meet people where they are and to understand the challenges users face will improve outcomes in ways traditional treatments cannot. With a goal to prevent deaths and other adverse events related to substance misuse, the Health Department is looking forward to offering all levels of care to residents of Howard County. Thank you all.
You know, I don't do few very well, but we have airplanes and trains and helping us out here. So on behalf of the Opioid Crisis Community Council, of which there are a variety of people here in this lovely gathering, I want to tell you why this is so important to us. We came into being in 2008. I'm sorry, no we didn't. We came into being 2018. What's a date, right? And I just want people to know that the members of the OCCC, and Jack, I'm looking at you, and Al, and Ro, and a lot of other people, but this committee or council is made up of people whose loved ones have died. It's made up of people whose loved ones are in recovery, where it's made up of people whose loved ones are suffering and not yet ready to take the next steps. That's what we are. We are also peers, which are really important to us. We are providers. We are nonprofit managers. We are preachers. We are ministers. We are superintendents of the school system. We are veterans. We are members of the LGBTQ community. You name it, it's in that council. And why is that important? Because this is a disease, this substance use disorder, along with the mental health co-occurring, or also referred to as dual diagnosis. This is a complex issue, which the majority of our population doesn't really understand. It's like, we know that fantasy of 28 days and then you're fixed, which is a joke. I mean, it's just absolutely not true. And so what's necessary is we have all of these people who come together. We meet on a monthly basis, and by the way, our meetings are open, and if you're bored, come on down. You're welcome to join us. But we do work with the detention center, we work with drug court, we work with our police department, we work with our fire and rescue, we work with EMS, because this is a collaborative solution development process. And collaboration, I know it's one of your favorite terms, Dr. Ball, and we've heard it up here. We are not going to get our way through this without collaboration. We need the input of what about this and what about that. And in my situation, I serve on councils and boards all over the state of Maryland. And there's so many little pieces, there are gaps that you need. So you mentioned transportation across the county, so critical for getting people to the services that they need, as an example. So this is what our council does, is we meet, we talk about the things that are needed. We get frustrated, you know, who doesn't, right? We just all want more money, but no, that's really not what we want. We want more programs. And so the programs, and I'm really biased because I adore Howard House and the men there, and Al Arrington, who's one of my, I hero worship the man. What can I tell you? You know, I'm so shy about sharing that, Al. And my husband's right over here too. But watching the evolution of Howard House over time, and what we see with Hilda's place as well, and then now we have this beautiful, I've been calling it an edifice, this beautiful facility here with Shepherd Pratt. People can come in where they need to come in, whether that's they need detox, or they need treatment, or they need community. In these facilities, these three options, people have these options to come in and learn how to live differently. They know how to live in their environment, in the things that have come to them through this process of co-occurring disorders, but how do they live without it? And that's the name of the game for these three programs. And I love these airplanes, you know. I'm not getting on one yet, but so what we are looking for in all three of these programs is that the individuals who participate develop what we call recovery capital. Recovery capital means that they have inside them the ability to learn where to reach out for help rather than sink into their own issues. They live in systems of support and systems of healing and hope. And that's really, I've heard today, this morning, so many systems of care, which I totally get. but it's the systems of hope and healing that are offered here by Howard House, by Hilda's Place, by Shepherd Pratt. And that's what people want, and that's what they need. And I'm biased. So I'm speaking on behalf of the council, and I can tell you there's a lot more things that we want, that we know we need. And so we're going to look for more programs. We're going to continue to be, well, we're not too obnoxious, right? But press for them. So this is a step forward that we've wanted for a very, very long time. So it's different models, but who cares? Every model has its positives and its way to hope and healing. And that's what we're about, hope and healing. Thank you. And congratulations to the recipients.
This concludes our event. We have a little bit of time if there are any questions. It seems like we are good, so we can wrap this up. And I want to thank everyone for coming out. Congratulations to Howard County and to the recipients.